Medieval at first looks and sounds like every other retro FPS I've ever played outside of VR, and we've had some amazing offerings already for VR for those who want to experience retro graphics such as Compound, Shock Troops, and obviously we have Dr. Beef doing his thing with Duke Nukem, Quake, Wolfenstein and Doom, which also opens up to even more mods such as being able to play the original 8-bit Zelda in VR. So what does a Medieval offer, yet in that official VR treatment after being so well received as a flat game? Today I'm going to tell you if you should buy it, wait for a sale, or simply overlook it. And I'll also do a comparison between the Quest and PC VR versions. The game is also coming to the PlayStation VR 2, but I've been told that won't be for quite some time. So before we get into it, please leave a like, subscribe for more virtuality content, and if you enjoy this review and want more VR content, consider becoming a patron for exclusive perks such as the VIP lounge and to win some keys of this game and others. Let's get into the review. A Medieval VR sees you turn from a heretic into a champion, and you're tasked with freeing the ancient lands to reclaim some sacred weapons. The rest of the story is told in text around the world, but to be honest, it's not important, and is simply a weak excuse just to kill everything. The weapons in a Medieval are fantastically crazy, and aside from the default axe, can all be used up close and as ranged weapons. You have 8 to choose from, and from my favourites, you have the wizard staff, the trident, the evil looking staff that shoots miniature planets and moons, including the Earth, and a spiky ice club that fires shards to pin your enemies against walls. Hearing me say that list out loud now makes me realise that actually I like most of the weapons, but anyway, they also have alternative firing modes when you summon your overpowered Souls Power. Souls Power can be charged by collecting, you guessed it, the souls of your enemies. Speaking of enemies, they are super random and are very different for each world. You basically get the grunts, which can range from ground to air variants, then you get the tougher ones and a boss for every world. Speaking of the worlds, much like the enemies, they are also super random. This is like Alice in Wonderland, but in hell. If you've never seen this game before, you will never guess what's coming around the corner. Especially when it comes to the last world. Honestly, the last world of this game is absolutely mental. And the environments are pretty unique from each other, giving you a fresh feeling as you move through the game. I played this game on hard, and it took me around 10 hours, but I definitely did not achieve 100% of the game. There are tons of secrets to be found, and some levels can offer quite the challenge to progress through. Because the game doesn't feature a map, sometimes you're left just standing wondering what the hell am I doing next. To progress in the game, most of the time it's simply press a button, but there is a variety of buttons to press. There's ones that simply open doors, there's ones that have timers, then there's coloured ones that will only work with certain keys. The speed in this game is excellent thanks to the auto run that can be enabled in the menu. It moves so smooth and fast like a traditional FPS, leading to some furiously fast, over the top encounters with lots of dodging and jumping, which I really enjoyed. The boss fights are pretty cool too, ranging from giant eyes, massive robots, twin dragons, and most of them have a thing you need to do or to concentrate on to defeat them quickly. I want to add, this can be played seated throughout, which is why I opted to play most of this on the Quest for the review. Simply taking the headset around my house, chilling with the fam while playing reminded me how much I love mobile VR. And a Medieval VR really is great to play on the Quest. But if you're looking for the best visual version of the game, you definitely need to check out the PC version. The draw distance and the textures and the sharpness is definitely better on the PC versus the Quest. However, I personally loved playing this game on the Quest. I think the graphical style really suits mobile VR. So I feel if you're just looking for the gameplay side of this, it doesn't really matter which platform you play on. So far, it's all sounding pretty awesome, but I do have some negatives to add to this video. The pop-in can be extreme at times, and on Quest, I feel for such a simple looking game, the developers need to work that a little bit harder to improve the texture draw distance. There is no reason a game with this art style should be as cut back as it is at times. The levels can also be quite frustrating, but I feel now after completing the game, this is a choice. Without a map to assist you or an arrow to tell you where to go next, you'll sometimes be left just scratching your head. And my advice to you is to walk away, come back with refreshed eyes, because the answer to the puzzle will be there. Overall, a Medieval VR is extremely random at times, with regards to levels, enemies, and weapon design. And at first, I was unsure if it was going to be worth my time. But the more I played, the more I liked it. And around the halfway mark, I realised the randomness is actually the greatness of the game. There is a ton of gameplay here too, and each level has hidden areas to find. All in all, I really enjoyed my playthrough of A Medieval VR, and would recommend it for those looking for some hardcore retro style FPS with some really cool platforming. I give A Medieval VR an 8 out of 10, and I very much look forward to seeing how the PSVR 2 version shapes up near the end of 2023. As always, remember to leave your comments down below if you pick up this game and want to let others know of your opinion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.